Hi Juliet, my name is Chloe Di Francesca Marino and I'm 23 years old. I would like to bake a cake for my mum and dad for their 29th wedding anniversary to give something back as they've done a lot for me since I've not been able to work due to health conditions. My mum has become my carer and my dad provides all the love, care, support and laughs that I need. Here are my mum and dad.
Hi.
I hope this helps and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you, bye.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that good news, because I've chosen you to do the bootcamp.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've been really looking forward to it. I was like, oh, I really hope the next bit I get told them or not. But...
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
On today's baking bootcamp, I'm working with Chloe and she wants to make a wedding anniversary cake for her mum and dad, who are also her carers. She's taken inspiration from their wedding cake, which was 29 years ago, and we're going to do a modern twist. She wants to do a fault line cake and we're going to do piped buttercream flowers within the fault line. We're also making this as a gluten-free cake, so it should be a fun project, pretty tricky, but we'll do it. Brilliant, okay then Chloe. So are you excited for today?
I am.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. So obviously we're going to do a gluten-free sponge today. So we've got all of our ingredients. Have you got your 400 grams of everything, of the sugar and butter into your mixer?
I've got some, I'm going to put some vanilla in too. And do it on slow until all of it looks like a paste, and then we can whack the speed up on fast.
Okay.
Isn't your KitchenAid's brilliant?
Yeah, I love it. I've always wanted one. I've looked at them for years.
Mine looks like this at the moment, so it's a bit yellow. It's not that fluffy yet. Let's have a look at yours. Oh yeah, yours is about the same as mine. Let's put a bit of boiling water in it. Have you got a kettle handy? It's a really nice thing to do. I just add it to the butter and it just helps to sort of soften it and lighten it. We'll only put a few tablespoons in, it won't be a lot. But just literally like that. I like your apron.
It was like my sister got it me as a present because I love the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, do you?
So it was like a little joke as the family because I'm the one that does a bit of baking every now and then, so she got me this apron as a present.
I think mine looks really nice and white and fluffy. Does yours?
Yeah, I think mine looks whiter.
Yeah, so I look at it. Oh yeah, that looks better. And push the mixture down. And now we're going to begin to add our eggs one by one, slowly.
And now I'm just going to put my final egg in.
So all my eggs are in now. Have you got all your eggs in?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the flour. So we're going to use 400 grams of flour. Today we're going to be using the Dove's Farm blend, aren't we? I find this one's the best supermarket blend I can buy. So to that, I'm going to add a little bit of extra baking powder, only about a teaspoon to this amount. And obviously you've got your gluten-free baking powder there. Yeah. And now I'm going to add about roughly a third of the flour into my mixer. That's mixed in. So literally I've just
only just mixed it in. I'm not going to beat it a lot.
Now I'm going to put about half of what's left in the mixer. Yeah, brilliant. And then just on number one again till it's mixed in.
Mine's mixed in.
I'm going to put the last of the flour in now.
Okay, we're going to put it in the tins now. So I'm going to do my larger ones now, because I think if we get those in first, they can be having longer to cool down while our other small ones are in the oven.
It's really great PME sent us all the tins, isn't it?
Yes, it's really good, yeah.
Yeah, so that looks perfect, Chloe. So
now I'm just going to weigh 750 into that tin, into both of the 9 inches.
I found that yesterday they did take about 25 to 30 minutes.
Right, I've got them in and the timer done.
Brilliant, that's fantastic. Okay, thank you.
We've baked our sponges and we've made our buttercream. We used a double the quantity icing sugar to butter recipe, 750 grams butter and 1.5 kg icing sugar, so we've got a nice stiff buttercream. And the next thing we're going to do is crumb coat our cake. I've actually already done my top one because I wanted to see how I was going to do this. I've never done a fault line cake like this before, so I've had a practice. Now I'm going to show Chloe how to do it on the larger cake. We've made it so that one of the cakes in the middle is a little bit smaller. The reason for that is piped buttercream flowers are quite fat and chunky, not like a band of sprinkles, so I think I needed a bit more room. So it's been a bit of an experiment for me, but that's really important to get your crumb coating perfect so that when we come back for the decorating, we're going to have a really nice finish on our cake.
Your sponges look great.
Do they look all right?
Yeah, they look good. We'll trim our sponges down first.
What we're going to do now is do the crumb coat. So some people find this a bit scary, but there's nothing to worry about. It's really straightforward. I've already got my buttercream to a good consistency, but we'll do yours when you're about to start.
We need a 9-inch drum, which is the size of the base cake, and we're going to work on a slightly larger one, just so it's nice and easy for us to get in and out of the fridge. And now I'm going to put my first layer of the 9-inch sponge on. So just carefully pop it onto my board. So the first layer is going to be buttercream. So a couple of dollops on. I'm just using pressure to push backwards and forwards. It's getting a bit thin there, so I know I need to put a bit more on. Start to push it and let it fall on top, and just make sure it looks flat to me. Whenever you're working on the side, you always think about keeping it vertical. I'm using quite a firm pressure. We've got a bit of leeway. We're going to put all the flowers in here. It doesn't need to be precision straight. We're getting it as straight as we can. Just use my palette knife at a flat angle and push like this. I'm keeping that palette knife flat. Let it sit down. Just pull that away. So once you've got your next one on, and you're going to keep all of yours at this level, you just need to put buttercream on the top of this one, and the same again, backwards and forwards, adding on more if you need. Spinning it round, get a nice layer on the top, and now we're just going to cover the side. So that's that, holding it here, making sure it comes just over on that side. Look, I've just broken a massive chunk off mine, but I'm not worried about that. That can be my back. When we finish our fault line, we are going to have a kind of wobbly edge that we're going to make gold. So we don't need to be too fussy, but
Right.
So it's time for you to do yours.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm scared at the same time.
Don't worry, it'll be fine, because you're not going to split it. We're just going to trim it and stick it together on its board, and I'll watch you all the time to make sure that you're getting on all right. You be the boss of the cake, it's not the boss of you.
Okay, yeah.
Brilliant. When you think you've got it all coated, you can sort of just make sure it's kind of fairly neat. Those buttercream flowers are going to pipe up against that underside. What we're going to be doing after that, once everything is set, make up our buttercream colours. The longest process is getting all the colours ready. The actual piping's quite quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, good luck. And if you need to ring me, just ring me.
All right then, thank you.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you, bye.
Chloe and I have crumb coated both our sponges and they're looking good. So for the next stage, we need to make our buttercream in loads of lovely colours, and we're going to pipe some gorgeous buttercream flowers within the fault line. So we need to go and get all of our nozzles and get everything coloured and come back and start piping.
Hello. Well done. Do you feel really?
I have, yeah.
So obviously we're recreating a cake inspired by your parents' wedding cake. As in, we're taking some of the colours from the flowers. PME sent us this brilliant set, didn't they?
Yeah, it's incredible, yeah.
Now we've got 7 nozzles there, haven't we? Can you just show me how much buttercream you've got in your bowl there, Chloe, in your KitchenAid bowl? You've got plenty. I've got a small bowl here. Just take out what you think is a quarter.
Yeah, I think I've got about a quarter now.
Right. These paste colours that we've been sent are really, really strong. So it's a good idea just to use a tiny bit, because you can always add, but you can't take away. I mean, there will be some stronger colours. We don't want to have them really bright, do we? We want it to be quite subtle, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my hot pink and I'm going to open my red. So if you do the same.
So we're going to replicate your parents' flower colours. With my hot pink, I've dipped my cocktail stick in, and I'm literally just going to touch a tiny bit, like just that.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stir this and we're just going to see how it looks together, because we might be happy with this colour.
I think we need to make it darker because it needs to be definitely standing out. I'm going to put a tiny bit of the berry red in.
Do you like that for a light colour?
That's a nice, it's a nice pale one, yeah.
And I think that is similar to your mum and dad's flowers. So let's put just put a little bit more than half into this bag. So I've got half of it in there. While we're getting them all ready, we'll just fold it up and leave it to one side, you see.
Right, I've got all mine done now.
Brilliant, fantastic. So they look great all together, don't they?
Yeah, they look really good.
Such a nice colour scheme. Yeah, they look brilliant.
All our colours are ready, and I've just taken out the sponge from the fridge. It's firm, got that fault line in there, and now it's time to fill all of that gap with some lovely buttercream flowers. So I'm going to show Chloe how to use all the piping nozzles. We're going to use our tilting turntable, which is going to allow us to pipe more easily. Being able to tilt it really does make a difference. So let's get started.
Right, brilliant. Is your cake nice and firm now?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I've got all my nozzles, so I'm just going to have a look and see how they come out on my surface. Now,
so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a look what all these look like on the surface. With the drop flowers, the way you pipe it is just be right against the surface or right against the cake. Hold it completely vertical from the where it wants to come out. And I'm just going to see how it comes out with a push. So stop squeezing, lift off. That makes a really sweet little blossom, doesn't it? Now I'm going to clean my nozzle every time. Squeeze, stop squeezing and lift off. Keep it flat, squeeze and lift. So this is a 5 petal, that's a 7 petal.
I'm holding it right against the cake. I begin squeezing, then I wrap around the centre just to kind of come out. So
begin squeezing, wrap around, like that. This one might be quite nice with the raspberry. Again, I'm just twisting it. I don't want too much.
Yeah, no, that's lovely, that.
Yeah, it just sets it off. So let's put one in there. Just a little dot. And now we've got sort of some centres in those.
No, they look lovely.
So you see, it's looking really nice.
No, it looks lovely, that.
Tell you what, I could stop mine now because I can finish mine after. Do you want to start yours?
Yeah.
Because I can finish mine off once I've been watching yours.
I was just going to try the open star one.
Right up and close against the cake. That's it, your perfect angle.
it's brilliant. You've done a really good job.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Do you want to go and put it in your fridge? We'll come back in about 5 minutes and I'll show you how to cover the board.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye. Bye.
Chloe and I have been busy all day. We've done all the hard work. We've been working for hours. It's almost 8 o'clock with one final job to do, and that is to cover our board in sugar paste so that tomorrow we can assemble it. So I've got a whole packet of sugar paste here.
That's it. Yeah. So do you feel happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Right. If you do have any questions, you can just ring me.
Thank you for everything today.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad. Well, it's been really
Done
good.
an amazing job, by the way. We was gobsmacked when we saw it. The flowers,
You've done really well.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yes.
really good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
You okay?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Cake's looking good.
Thank you.
So I'm going to show you how to do the fault line decoration and then I'll watch you do yours. Right, so I'm just going to put some buttercream on top. I've just been using it at the same angle and putting on a fairly thick coating on the top. Well, not thick, but it's kind of like, it's not the thin scraped coating.
I'm just letting it kind of come round and I'm pushing it out to the edge, you see there, because I want it to go right over the edge because when I start to push it round on the side, it's going to help it to attach. See, there's kind of like some like flicky marks.
That's part of the look, it's fine. I'm just going to use my palette knife to add on quite a thick coating like we did yesterday, adding on a little bit and popping that onto the side. And what I'm trying to do is just cover that band. Can you see how thick that is? So quite generous because we're going to be scraping away. I've got my palette knife vertical like we were doing yesterday. I'm keeping that straight side all the way around like that. And as you can see, it's already started to come down there. So just very, very thick, adding it on. Right, so I've kind of got all the way around now, as you can see. Use my palette knife just to kind of smooth, and I took a little bit extra off there. So it looks already, it looks quite nice and neat. I'd even be happy to leave it like that. I like my fault line cakes to be jaggedy on the top. I like mine to be jaggedy because I'm going to be touching some of those lines with some gold to reflect this. Sometimes you can just put it on sort of like this, but as long as you don't kind of go up too high. So I've loaded it quite thickly like that. Now I've got it loaded on, I can just then turn the angle to the board and smooth it, you see?
Right, okay.
Pushing that round. See, I've got loads there because I put so much on, but I can just continue to push that round. So that's that. Now I'm going to take my tool scraper. I find running this under a hot tap and leaving it a little bit damp really helps on the final stage. It just helps it to stop catching and it just makes it a bit smoother. Have the scraper here, so I've got it nice and vertical. Now once you begin scraping, you don't want to stop really. You want to keep going until your hand meets where you put that scraper on and then lift away. And as you can see, there was a lot more extra buttercream on the bottom than the top. But because I've built it up with buttercream now, it looks in perfect line. So do you want to get your small one out now and then I'm going to watch you do your big one?
Yeah.
Great, I'll put this in the fridge as well.
I'm happy with that.
Great, I think it looks good too. Well done,
you.
Chloe. Fantastic. You can pop him back in the fridge and then you need to do exactly the same on your small one. Do you feel happy to do your small one off camera and then we can join up when we've got them both covered and back in the fridge?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Thanks, well done.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. I'm here with Chloe and we're doing the final details. We're going to add the gold on. So with the fault line cakes, it's a really nice idea to add a little bit of metallic detail, which will just set off that kind of crack. And especially being a wedding anniversary cake, it's going to make it really special. So we've both got our edible paints and we're just going to do some details along the top and then the cracked edge. So I'm just coming down at eye level. I've got my small sharp knife. I'm just going to go along, just think there's anything like really like annoying hanging down. There's kind of a little bit of jaggedy bit there, like that I'm not going to paint. But most of it I'm quite happy with. I quite like it as well when it's a bit flicky because it just looks natural. So you want to take a small paintbrush. I like to I don't paint like a line. I just let the paintbrush touch around. Very kind of like just adding little glints here and there. Catching the sort of like edges of the fault line. Once you get used to it, you can just literally go around in a minute and just like roughly do it, you know. On the top edge, I'll do the same. So load up my brush. I just hold my brush kind of just flat and just gently just touch along that very fine, just the top edge. See what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's very subtle. So that's it. Do you want to have a go of yours?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think that's done.
Yeah. Wow.
What do you think?
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Oh yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Are you pleased with it?
Yeah, I'm really pleased.
Well done, Claire. I think what we'll do then, you can get your dad to pop that one back in the fridge and then just finish your 6-inch one. Then I will show you how to do the dowels in the bottom tier so we can get that supported so we can stack it. Thanks, bye.
Thank you, bye.
Right, so this is the final hurdle here. Well, it's not a hurdle. The first thing we're going to do is put cake dowels into our base cake. So now this cake is ready to be stuck onto its board and to have the some icing put on the top and then for the top one to go on top. I think your cake looks quite straight as well, so you'll probably find that your marks will be fairly similar heights. Right, okay. I've made up my icing sugar and I've just mixed it with water and I've made a very stiff sugar paste. And once that sets, that cake isn't going anywhere. Okay, so all you need to do is get your iced board that you've wonderfully iced yesterday. I don't want a lot because I don't want it to be sort of so thick. I mean, I've probably made it a tiny bit too thick, but that's okay. I'm going to get my palette knife, just kind of like
dig it right underneath the board inside this cake. Lift it, see? I creep my hands underneath it until I kind of like get to the middle of that board. So now it's on my hands. It's easy to hold.
Yeah.
Don't need to worry. I now need to put this in the middle of my board. So once I've decided, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put it down, I'm just going to let the front of the cake touch that board and then get that palette knife and just place it down like that. I can now put my second tier on. To put my top tier on, there's a bit of a gap here. It's a case of personal choice whether you mind that or not. I'm now filling that gap. So I'm just doing the final bit of detail now with Chloe, and I'm just going to show her how to fill the gap that you get. Sometimes there is a gap. We're just going to pipe in the middle and make that look like it's completely disappeared. Got my bag and I'm coming very close to the cake, sticking my nozzle in just underneath the cake. I'm going to press it in until it kind of comes out flush with the cake on top, see? So it goes underneath and just comes out flush to the cake, right? See, like that? Just to smooth it off, hold it very lightly against the cake and go like this. Really does make a difference there. So it looks much better now, doesn't it?
I didn't know it was there, was you?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
it does. Fantastic.
Thank you. So it's time for you to do yours now.
That's it. And then just creep your hands backwards towards you. Brilliant. Fab. Right, well done, Chloe. This is the moment of truth now. You're doing the last finished bit. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Wow, look at that. Are you pleased with it? That's fantastic.
I'm really pleased with it. I honestly didn't think I'd actually be able to do it, in all honesty. So
No.
I'm really surprised myself.
Good. Some things can go wrong with cake decorating, but you've done really well.
So that is almost finished. So do you want to just do that last bit of your happy anniversary piping?
Yeah. Okay, no worries. Right, I've done it.
Well done.
Hold on.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's so good. You can breathe now.
I know, I can breathe. I was holding my breath doing it.
So how are you feeling now?
I feel a bit overwhelmed, really. Overwhelmed a bit. Like, I'm quite shocked that I have actually managed to do it. But yeah, I feel really proud and really happy.
Brilliant, that's so good. Well, you have done an amazing job. Like, I think that was a really challenging cake to do, so well done.
Thank you. Well, with all your help and tips and the guide on it, I've managed to pull it off.
Obviously, you can enjoy it with the family on Monday, so I hope everyone really enjoys it and hope you get loads of compliments because you deserve it.
Thank you. I just want to say a big thank you to KitchenAid, me and you for doing this all, because it's incredible, and it's really been like a dream come true for me, really.
Oh, brilliant. I'm really glad to hear that, and I'm glad you've enjoyed it, and it's so lovely working with you, so thanks for all your time and all your effort.
That's okay.
Brilliant. Thanks. Well done, Chloe.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.